James Gunn does not miss with the soundtracks.
No, never.
I'm just gonna get that out of the way.
Dude, he really opened his bag for this one.
No, he did. He went
He
to more
opened the
obscure
bag.
tracks, and he pulled it off, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a few movies
Obscure
of his
ones.
that I'm like,
Mhm.
but I went in expecting pretty low, and I got pleasantly surprised with this.
Very happy with this movie. Very happy. Very. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. All right, so we already said that he killed it with the soundtrack. Did he
really
pull
did.
out? Like, I don't even know where he pulls these songs
Yeah,
from. Dude. But he also does it so well. Like, he's not just pulling like nostalgic songs for the
Mhm.
30-year-olds and the 40-year-olds who are like, oh my god, I grew up with this, or for the younger people that grew up on these. Like, it's not just nostalgia. He also works into the scenes, works
he's
into
pulling,
the film
he's pulling
amazingly.
like it's almost like he had the song in mind and then he built the scene around the song.
I mean,
you know what I
maybe.
mean?
I would love to see his whole
nuts.
process.
It's nuts.
amazing. But yeah, like the cinematography of this film was good.
Bruh, some of those shots, man.
Dude, I'm really appreciating this is becoming a more and more trend, and I think it's after this is just my personal theory, is after so many movies got absolutely crapped on from just barfing CGI all over the screen.
Yep.
There's been a really happy medium of good CGI and then practical effects.
Yeah.
Because
This movie
they
definitely had some
I
good
think
practical effects.
maybe it's review bombs, maybe it's people talking trash, or maybe it's them growing, like whatever it is, they're realizing that it doesn't all have to be CGI.
No, it really
and people
doesn't, man.
appreciate practical effects. It's theater. We
There's
know it's
magic
fake,
in there,
okay?
man.
Yes, and it is. It elicits this feeling of just like euphoria to me. Like I appreciate it every time I see it. Even when it's goofy and it almost like even when it almost feels out of place, it works.
It works.
It works. Like the fat suits that we
Dude,
see in
yeah,
there. Like
yeah.
I mean, I say fat suits, but you know
They
what I'm
were
talking about.
just like they're stuff that you're not used to seeing, but it was a practical suit,
and it
which was like
good.
okay.
And then like some of the other species you see when you go to, you know, this one place.
The
in movie,
world
like,
building,
really
man.
good.
World building, man.
World building tree. I
I
mean,
mean, he's always been really good at that. I mean, it's Marvel.
I'm gonna say there world building. I'm only gonna give him a little bit of kudos
Yeah.
because I mean, dude, there's a million comics building up.
Let me say, not world building, the capture of the already existing world.
The portrayal of the world to
yeah,
film.
There we go. I couldn't think of the word. But
Yeah.
fantastic, dude.
No, he did great.
Fantastic.
They dialed back the comedy on this one. I was thinking I was going in here and I was going to see Thor: Love and Thunder on steroids.
Yeah.
Because Thor: Love and Thunder I thought was a great movie, but it was way too much comedy.
This movie got serious, and then it would
Real
get funny,
serious.
and then we get serious
Dude,
immediately
They
right after
really
that.
pushed the boundaries
Yeah.
of a PG-13
Oh, yeah,
rating.
dude.
Like
We
they
had
got away with everything. If you want to count curse words and count the F words, they got away with everything that they could possibly get away with. They took their one F word.
Mhm.
And
It was a little out of pocket.
See,
was-
I liked it.
You
Honestly.
liked it? You liked
you
it?
felt like
It
it was
just-
really rushed.
I was
for you, or
like-
forced for you.
And I know, like, there's not too much to talk about on that, but like, it just didn't feel.
No, but that's important.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like he
But-
wanted to say that.
This made me think of the movie Carnage because that dude said he was like, I really pushed the PG-13 as far as it could go.
That dude did.
And it's like, this movie did it better.
Yeah.
The horror elements of this movie, going into Rocket Raccoon's backstory and showing that dark, twisted path,
Bruh.
that was way more terrifying
Nasty.
than anything you saw in a PG-13 movie like Carnage.
Are we talking about things? Or are we
No,
not talking about
no,
things?
no spoilers.
Okay,
No
just
spoilers, people.
Rocket's backstory
But,
is outstanding.
It's amazing. It's twisted. It's dark. It's beautiful.
And
like,
they did not rush
oh.
it. It's a slow burn throughout the thing.
yeah,
And it has
is.
weight to it, man.
And it has a satisfactory freaking conclusion,
Yes.
too.
It's impactful.
It's good.
It's great.
The whole thing with Quill, like his character was good, and me and cameraman Chris over here talked about it. Like, it's not that Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, took a backseat role in this film,
Mhm.
but you can tell they like kind of pushed him back a little bit, and
Yep.
he stepped away from the reins to give love for these other characters, like continuing on the stories. And it was done well. It didn't feel forced.
No.
None of like the women power moments felt forced. Like there was like nothing in here to me that just screamed like,
Mantis.
look at this.
I want to say Mantis, in my opinion, is probably the strongest one.
Dude, she was
Oh
great.
my
like her
God.
interaction, them getting
Yeah.
so much character development
Yeah.
and story time, like it was so good.
It was wonderful.
Like it was so good. We actually had the movie. This first time ever happened in my life.
I couldn't believe it.
We're in a really crazy moment, and the movie theater shuts off. We're at the pre-premiere, and the movie shuts off, and we're like, "There's no way they're about to call this." Like they had to.
They turned the lights on and everything.
Yeah, we thought we were gonna end up leaving.
My dad left.
He did leave. He did leave. Dad left. But we got to finish the movie.
Yes.
But it was crazy. We were just like, "Oh my god!" But I'm happy we did.
Yeah,
oh my god, I'm happy we did. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Every character gets so much love and so much attention.
And they introduced new characters.
Yeah, they did.
Which are great.
And they did it right.
Yes.
Like, so everyone knows, or most people know if they watched any of the trailers of the previous movies, Adam Warlock makes his debut in this.
Will Poulter. Will Poulter.
Freaking love that dude.
Put it on the screen
But
somewhere.
it's almost crazy to see him in a serious,
a
semi-serious role.
Mm-hmm.
But he did good, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And he still got to play like this almost like childlike, omega powerful being.
I loved it.
And it was good.
I loved it.
And he had just enough screen time to get good development.
Yep.
But they didn't
They didn't push it.
They didn't go
push
crazy.
it, dude.
No. And now it
great.
leaves me ready to see him in more movies.
Yes.
They did what they were supposed to do. They left you wanting, and they did it right.
Somehow
they
perfectly transitioned the Guardians into something that can be so much more than what you think you're used to.
Yeah, no,
and they did
agree.
it flawlessly.
Like, I feel like a lot of people went in expecting what I did. Like,
yeah.
Absolute. And yeah, the comedy was there. It was all over the place.
Dude,
Cosmo the dog is in this one. Like,
bro,
let's go.
I didn't know if we were going to say it, but
yeah,
dude,
we're saying, I mean, we all knew he was like a part of the
lore
Cosmo now again in the film universe,
Cosmo.
But
they showed
he
him
plays
in the
a bigger role in this one.
In the collection?
Yeah,
dude.
Dude, I remember because he was in a end credit scene initially, and I'm like, oh, this is freaking Cosmo! Like,
you're
oh
saying
my God.
It's actually she. It's a she.
Oh yeah,
Don't forget.
she.
Yeah,
and I think in the comics it was a man.
Yeah,
it was a male dog.
I don't mind the she
whatever.
if it's a difference. I don't mind.
No, it does. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
They did change that.
It's a female dog.
Yep.
Great voice actor on that.
Oh
one, too.
yeah,
that was a good dialect. Good. She was perfect.
It was good.
Excellent.
Like, it's so fun and light, but also it's serious and real and action packed.
Well, one thing I will say, they misled you with the previews.
Yeah.
Because I was telling you.
Yeah.
How much the last preview I was like, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked.
Yeah, no, dude, this movie is entirely different.
Every level.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fantastic. Hey,
it's
man,
good. Go see it.
Don't know the Sorry. Apologize. I don't know the actor's name. The main villain is great.
Dude, he was good.
He did a fantastic job. He like floated the line. Yeah, he floated the line of being very cliche, but he had like this forcefulness to do it that you can feel.
That's the thing with Guardians though, is it's like all their movies are very cliche.
Yeah.
Like, and they made it work. And like to me, like I was telling Chris, like the second one to me was my least favorite one. The soundtrack of course was great, and they had some really great scenes, and I love the lore it added on to the MCU. But like, it didn't hit for me.
Second one was wild.
And then when I saw like Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm like, all right, like that was good to me, but it was like a little much on the comedy, man. Same thing with Thor Ragnarok. It was like, all right, dude, like dial it back a little bit.
Ragnarok was gas.
It was, but again, that was to me, and I called it because they did the same. What I was worried about in Thor: Love and Thunder, they was just like, come on, dial back the comedy just a little, and they did it to perfection here to me. Like, they freaking loved it.
So
like there was a few things towards the end and stuff, and a few things that happened here and there where I'm like, like whatever, but like
things that were just like,
dude, for the most part, like this is one of my favorite Marvel movies to come out in a hot minute. Like
it's very, very good.
Post Endgame, this is probably my favorite Marvel movie that's come out. Post Endgame.
A lot of movies. If you got to think about how many Marvel movies have come out post Endgame.
Yeah, a lot.
A good bit.
Yeah. I'm aware of this.
Like Spider-Man No
Way Home. It came out. This is probably my favorite movie.
That's crazy.
I love No Way Home, but this one is probably my favorite movie.
Guardians 3, man. I'm gonna have to agree with you on there. I really love this movie.
It was good. It was solid. It wasn't all over the place.
No.
It was concise. It was awesome. It was lighthearted. It wasn't too funny. Just enough serious. It had the horror elements to it. Like then the sound. Damn, James Gunn and his soundtracks. Like this dude is a freaking genius.
He's a
like
I don't know.
Yeah,
man. I want to check that dude's like Spotify or something.
Right.
Scroll through.
Let's look at his public playlist because God, the dude doesn't miss.
No, he doesn't.
And like, oh man,
it's just so
I can't get into it because it's kind of a spoiler. But at the end, it's just like
it's perfect.
Let me just say they use music to bring in a new era.
Yeah,
and it was so like.
such
to
a
me,
good idea.
I get that it's like cheesy or whatever, but it was so clever to me. Like I appreciated it so much.
It's that transition, man. Flawless transition.
If we talk anymore, dude,
we can't.
We're gonna give out way too much.
Spoiler video. End it here.
Yeah, we're gonna end it here, guys.
It's great. Go see it. You'll enjoy it, and we hope your theater can handle it, because ours couldn't.
Apparently not. We had a power surge or something.
Something.
I walked out of the theater and all I heard was a walkie-talkie going, "We need backup." I was like, "What is going on?"
This theater has like maybe 40 people in it, and
That's what I'm saying. Like
completely, you know.
But with that, guys, like y'all are amazing. Thank you for the support. Please give us constructive criticism if you made it this far. Thank you for all the support you've given us. Use code Promethean at W Energy. Get you that extra edge on the game in those late nights. It's a great source of healthy caffeine if you need it. And, give us that like and sub if you're new here. Thank you so much for staying with me.